Good morning, guys. How are we today? We're changing things up a little bit today. There's a big ceremony going on across the water, and they've asked us to keep the noise down till 11 o'clock. So we're still going to be doing our proclamation this morning, and we won't turn the speaker on till after 11 o'clock. We had a group discussion just to see what everyone else's input is, because they said they will take the speaker if we do it between 10 and 11. And I just wanted everyone's input because as a democracy, we work on what the majority is happy to do. As we spoke to Grant about, we don't mind having a noise abatement order because we are here to protest for the right reasons. And they take a speaker off us, we've got spares anyway. They only take it for 48 hours. But we're going to show respect for the people that are getting their graduations today. So we won't be making noise until after 11. But thank you for joining us today. Really appreciate it, and hope you are all doing well at home.
Well, do not leave us, people. The ceremony is going on. Only not so loud.
The thing is that the notification would have only just gone through. People are just joining us now. But if anyone wants to talk to them before we get everything underway, I'm just going to get some things sorted out.
Guys, because we have to substitute the sound with visuals only. Let's get closer. Let's get closer to the bank so they can see us. At least they can see us.
Yeah, the police have been frustrated because we have been exercising our democratic and legal right of peaceful political protesting in Canberra at public buildings and to public figures. And over the last few days, they've been very irritated by it. And a senior officer who spoke to me this morning, I saw him on video 2 days ago, assaulting one of our protesters because of frustration of having been ordered to stop us for protesting, but knowing that he had to break the law to do it. Now he's quoted a 1901 legislation, apparently ACT, but noise abatement, which is to do with making offensive noise. And I think the whole law swings on whether what we do is offensive or not. I don't believe holding a public official at his official residence to do his job is actually offensive. He might find it offensive if he doesn't want to do his job, but I think you're drawing a very long bow to say that that's offensive. And what are we doing? We're respecting our diggers, which is the ode 2 minutes silence. And the last post, they don't want us to hear that, and then speak. So anyhow, so we've decided simply because of the children over there that we're going to respect them until 11 o'clock, and then we're going to let loose.
Go closer, they'll come and see you.
He's fishing, aren't you? Fishing for attention.
Guys, don't be shy. Don't hide behind the bushes. You won't be seen from there. I believe one day these who are graduating today will talk to their kids, and I was there. And I was there. Can you see these people on the other bank? What have you done this time?
I wonder whether the boat will give us a lift over there so we can do our ceremonies on the front of that. That'd be a public service.
All it would have taken was two coppers to tell us what's going on over there. We would have respected them like we are respecting them now. So there would have been no need to look and all the money wasted.
Yep.
Raise the camera over there.
Can place. I'm not a cameraman.
I don't blame them.
I just went live so they could see Brett and the police
Yeah.
both. If anyone wants to move the camera around during our ceremony, as long as it's not shaking the end too much, that's fine, okay? I only turn the thing on. Whatever anyone else wants to do, we know we're a collective here. We all try and have an input into making things a bit better. What's your step though, brother?
I'm trying to. I'm trying my best.
So, who wants to speak to time? Have you already got it? Yes. Who wants to say the proclamation? Anyone else? Yeah. Well, anyone wants to instruct after that one's done, anyone can have you up that after we finish that.
Alright,
So,
can I suggest, let's go closer to the camera close.
I will be there in a second. But just before we set up, when we're doing the video, you'll say we remember them. We'll all say we remember them. I'll play the last post. I'll give you a nod when it's finish for you to say, let's do this. Okay? Then I'll put forward and we'll carry on. Okay?
Alright.
Please remove headdress. Mel. Stand fast! They went with songs to the battle. They were young, straight as limbs, full of eye, steady and alive. They were scorched to the end against odds uncounted. They fell with their faces to the foe. They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them.
We will remember them. lest we forget.
Your Excellency, the Honourable David Hurley, as the Governor-General of this nation, this letter is a direct appeal from an ever-growing cohort of Australian men and women, both here and at home. We call on you to action the public reveal of the unredacted findings in the police report from the Wood Royal Commission 95 to 97. If you find that too difficult, because you pretend you have no authority over Royal Commissions, I suggest you take the documents that Governor-General Michael Jeffries in 2003 suppressed and release those to the courts so that these people can face a court of law with the accusations of pedophilia. The Wood Royal Commission was catalogued with the Police Integrity Commission that resulted in a 90-year suppression order which contained 28 names of alleged pedophiles of prominent nature, including judges, government officials, even an ex-Prime Minister and others, frightfully enough. I know that some of our critics think that there's simply a list of names we're looking for. In fact, they are now starting to suggest that there is a list of names handwritten without any authorship. But what we're talking about are legal police documents that they would have issued to a court of law for these people to face their accusers with the evidence that was gathered by the police. That our Australian government and yourself as Governor-General has made no attempt to undo the 90-year suppression order for the supposed safety and well-being of us, the population, is not only unacceptable, but it's a ridiculous thought pattern. Revisited again in 2015 in the Senate Legal and Constitutional Affairs Legislation Committee meeting, the then Senator Bill Heffernan delivered the same request for the findings to be released to the public. He was trying to get the legal profession being declared a institution so that the Royal Commission could accept these documents and release them. As the Senator stated, it's not so much the secret that's the problem, although it is for us. It's when a group of people, such as these 28 people included in the police report, keep each other's secret because they can, because of their position in public life. Further into his appeal, Heffernan quoted Wood, who was a judge at the Royal Commission. When he asked Wood why they didn't go back to those documents, Wood said, "We decided not to revisit that issue because the public would lose confidence in the judiciary." I have a question. I wonder how many judges were on that list for him to say something like that. He did also say to Heffernan that if you ever repeat it, I will deny ever saying it. So that's interesting. Governor-General, how can you justify this 90-year suppression order of the police report that was presented to the Wood Royal Commission, given that the taxpayers paid out roughly $64 million on the case? We don't complain about the amount, we just want what we paid for. We have a right to full disclosure of the investigation, given that we paid for it. So here we stand, more than a year later, 27 painful years later, we have stood every week since August the 30th, 2021, at Government House in Queensland, and daily since the 7th of February 2022 here at Yarralumba. We are either real victims, family members of victims, or friends of victims of the appalling industry of child trafficking and child sexual rape and assault. We, the people, also require you as the individual honoured with the position of Governor-General to uphold the requirements of the office of Governor-General and inquire why you have not stepped in with the obvious police overreach in inhibiting us from peacefully politically protesting, as is the right of all Australians. For more than a year, they've tried to stop us voicing our concern to the appropriate authorities by making shit up. They say what we're doing here right now is offensive noise. I think the definition of offensive needs to be re-looked at. They think what we're saying is offensive. I'm offended by what they do to children, and they won't allow these ones to face court because of their position in our society. So it's up to us, men and women of Australia, to determine our level of confidence in the police, in the judiciary system, in Parliament, and in yourself on this matter. Yours sincerely, concerned men and women of Australia.
Governor General David Hurley. My name is Joanne. I have lost confidence in the government, federal, state and local. I instruct you to dissolve the federal parliament and issue the writs to a fresh election immediately. Further, I want all documents that Senator Heffernan produced to the Royal Commission released to the public unredacted immediately. These two things are not up for negotiation. We will be here every day until you do as instructed.
Yep, regardless of what your bully boy police do. An opportunity. Anyone else? David Hurley, supposed Governor General. My name is Mikhail. I have lost confidence in the government on all levels a long time ago. I instruct you to dissolve the federal parliament and issue the writ for a fresh election immediately. Further, I want all the documents that Senator Heffernan produced to the Royal Commission released to the public unredacted immediately. These two things are not up for negotiation. We will be here every day until you do your job.
Of democracy. And when our representatives won't listen to us, and our state governments won't listen to us, and our federal government won't listen to us, our concerns about the safety of children in our nation, then the only way we've got to be heard is through peaceful political protest. Now they say that we're anarchists. But it's interesting, we're standing before the Governor General expecting him to do his job. And for more than a year, he's refused to even meet with us. He has not done his job. He's actually called police out to have us removed illegally from his front gate. Not only that, but he's passed laws to try and inhibit our right to peaceful protest. And I've noticed recently that the police are facing a dilemma. We're exercising our right to peaceful political protest, but the powers that be want us shut up. So the police are overreaching yet again, assaulting people, acting like thugs, inventing things called abatement notices for offensive sound. Offensive sound, that's an interesting definition. How can sound be offensive? What we say can be offensive, but sound in and of itself cannot be offensive. It's sound, it's an innate position. If they find what we say offensive, then I suggest they have a problem they need to face up to. Because what we are doing is, firstly, honouring those men and women that have paid the ultimate price for our freedom so that I can stand on this riverbank and actually peacefully, politically protest. And then we address the most senior person in this country, the Commander-in-Chief, the Governor-General, with our request. Now, if you find that offensive, I think you need to have a good look at yourself, because either you find it offensive that we are objecting to you fucking children, or you are offended because we're making noise to ask you to do your job. Either way, I don't care, because as far as I'm concerned, it's not offensive, and no reasonable citizen and man or woman in this country would consider it offensive. So we have decided today, until 11 o'clock, not to use our sound system. That's not because police come and try and intimidate us with threats of arrest. We do that for simply honouring the children who are over there right now. But come 11 o'clock, we will be resuming with our sound system. And I welcome the Bully Boy police that are overstepping yet again to come and arrest me and charge me with making offensive noises. Because I'd love to establish in court once and for all the definition of offensive. This is our house. In fact, I have an ownership of this place, being an Australian, and I have, through my representatives, appointed David Hurley to be the Governor-General. And I'm frankly bitterly disappointed in his performance. His position as Governor-General has been basically riddled with accusations of sexual abuse, accusations of misappropriation of government funds, and even an accusation of pedophilia from a young man on his front lawn. Now, he has said nothing about those things. I believe that he has got advisors telling him that if he ignores us, we are going to go home. I'd love to go home. I'd like to leave Canberra with those that are corrupt facing court of law and facing their accusations like every man and woman should in this country. I'd love to go home, but I'm not leaving until he does what we request of him. It's quite simple. You don't have to look any further than your own filing cabinet. Grant Jeffries, when he was Governor-General, under Ruddock, the Attorney General, took the documents we're wanting released and suppressed them under advisement from Howard and others. That's why every Attorney General since Ruddock has had a copy of the documents. So the moment that one of these people on those documents is accused of pedophilia or sexual crimes against children, that they basically have a free ride. The Attorney General rings up the court and says, these guys are protected. They're under a suppression order. And so not only are the historical crimes being protected, but even current crimes are being protected under this suppression order. So, Governor-General Hurley, do your job. Unsuppress those documents and give them to a court of law that will actually cause these people to face their accusations, the evidence that the police have given, and actually have a jury of their peers decide whether they're guilty or not. That's what every man and woman in this country have the right to. A trial by jury for our accusers. However, remaining silent is not going to get it cut. Remaining doing nothing is not going to get it cut. I was talking to a senior police officer who wanted me to go home. Well, it's simple. If you want me to go home, get the Governor General to do the job that we're paying him hundreds of thousands of dollars a year to do. And then once he's done that, and we see that he's done that, then we will leave and go home. That's what political protesting is about. Establishing the will of the people.
Yeah.
And we are here every day. And they can try whatever trick they like. They can try whatever bullshit law they like. But at the end of the day, we have the right to peaceful political protest. And they say, because you raise your voice, you're not being peaceful. And I wonder whether they would say the same thing to people like Black Lives Matters and Antifa when they burned down their police station. That's what not being peaceful is about. So we stand here. We have a rubber ducky police boat out in the middle of the lake to stop one of our guys having a row in the lake. It's interesting, isn't it? Overreach of the police. Anyhow, guys, it's lovely to talk to you. In about 20 minutes, we'll turn our volume up and we'll go for it.
Yeah, they did.
Hello, diggers, because we're on Dan's thing. Yeah, when I was just walking down there, you know, like our two gurus up there, Grant and the other dude, I said to him, I said, what are you guys doing? I said, you come to protect us or you come to join us? And he goes, no, I've already spoken to them. They know what's going on. And I said, what, we have to do a silence one? Why? I said, why doesn't Hurley come over here and address us? And then once he addresses us and does what he does, I said, we can all go home once he's done his job. And he goes, he did address you. You just didn't like the answer. And I said, no, he addressed us and said that he doesn't have the power. And I said, that's BS.
And he
And I
didn't
said-
address us. He didn't even sign the bloody letter.
Yeah. And I said, you go home and do the research and find out and see for yourself. He does have the power, and you're just talking shit right now. And he goes,
Yeah.
okay. And Grant just a big, you know.
As a Governor General, he has ultimate power over all royal commissions and all. He's
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
the
yeah.
senior legal person.
Yeah,
He says he has no authority over the courts of New South Wales.
Grant outside.
The police protection stands over there.
This lie they're not.
Ah, police protection.
Exposed to 28.
Yep. Give him to a court
jail.
or let
Put
him
him
face
in court.
the accusers.
Yeah, put them in court. Let the court system handle the deal with them. Let
Yeah,
the
very
victims-
little
let
say
the victims handle it.
with the jury.
With a jury. Definitely with a jury. Big fat judges are corrupt.
Well, there's one particular magistrate that's very partial to letting off pedophiles.
Oh, that's Mr. Beeson. I mean, Beeson.
Beeson, is it? I don't know. I don't know who it is. It just seems strange that.
He's the one that put that suppression order on that one. That's like a profile.
Yeah.
And then that Judge Walker, he removed that suppression order.
Yeah, he sent him back to the children that he was raping.
Our Navy is coming back home.
Correct.
But the police have showed a lot of frustration. My leg was about ready to collapse. That is not up here. Donna in his ears. So he had to break the law.
Hello, police officers. You little ones, see that? Like that.
Lucky it wasn't a 5-minute silence.
Tony, how are we, Gordon?
Good, Chris.
Yeah, I'm good now.
We have to. Right now, it's
Will
actually.
you try
Yeah.
the text?
This place to be.
Yes.
All right.
People come on down.
Well, we might have time to clarify what I tried to say yesterday, dear friends. Yesterday we could not somewhat agree whether it's 8 or 9th. I checked it this morning. Today is the 10th.
Today's the 10th, definitely.
Yeah, today is the 10th. Thus, we've got another 2 days to go to the big day. Last year it was Saturday. This year it's going to be Sunday.
Yep.
And we all were hoping or believing it's going to be big Sunday this time. And this morning I did receive a couple of messages and greetings from people like Veronica. Veronica, thank you very much. Veronica says she's going to be with us in her heart. And I believe many people are going to be with us in their heart. For those who even do not bother to think about it, I would like to refrain what I said yesterday and what could not be necessarily heard very well. This is a wise words of wisdom of one fighter from the last century. He said, those who believe that their freedom will be won for them by others might not even deserve the freedom. So that's for people who are not willing even to think about how to say it politely. Get up. Yeah. An ass is coming on my tongue. No, I do not want to be so. Well, anyway, we've got another 2 days to go, people. And how many minutes? What time is it now?
It is. You have 15 minutes until.
15 minutes before we can get a song.
So I think the whole thing hinges on their definition of what is offensive noise. Noise in and of itself can't be offensive. Unless it's us. Some people would.
I think the law says clearly what is the offensive level. It's 80.
No. This is the law that they're trying to stop us is called noise abatement. And
All
he,
right.
the smiling assassin said to me that it was if I stood out in front of someone's house every day and yelled at them, that would be offensive.
Who wants to control all of us?
I said, I'm standing in front of my own house, and he said, you don't own the house. I said, yes, I do. As a person who lives in this country, I have a equal share in that house along with everyone else. And he only gets to use that house because we've employed him to do a job which he's not doing at the moment. And we're here to tell him either do his job or pack his bags and get out and let someone else do the job.
Well, some of the viewers might take it as our defeat. I do not think we should consider that being defeat. We did have a meeting prior the coming down, and we decided that we are going to have a silent ceremony.
Well, a quiet ceremony.
Quieter ceremony. So we still can pass our message to you people. So do not please consider that being a defeat.
And we're not doing it
It's sort of
because
sign of respect to the people
to
who
the
are
kids.
still virgin in their mind, you know. They have not been confronted heavily with the reality of the corporate government, which they are going to serve shortly.
For me, it's about the fact that there were children over there and that supposedly the children were asking us to be quiet.
The children are asking us to be quiet because they don't know we're here.
Apparently they had a practice on Tuesday and they heard us.
Yeah.
But seeing that I heard it from a police officer, a senior police officer, I think they're probably lying because that's been my experience since I've been in Canberra. I don't think one of them's told me the truth yet.
It doesn't apply only to Canberra.
Well, I haven't had dealings with police anywhere else, so AFP, I know what that stands for, but it might be offensive if I said it on the live stream.
Say it, please.
Australian fuck puppets. They're fucked because they're on at least their 4th jab, and we know what happens there. and they're puppets. You know, they've been frustrated for all week because we've been making noise publicly, protesting, and they have been ordered to shut us up. How do you shut up someone who has a legal right to peaceful political protest? It's called MSU. They come in, they assault people, and they're allowed to apparently. You know, I was making a point with the senior officer today about being in, because he said he was assaulted. I said, you were in his personal space, and I showed him, and he assaulted me. He could have quite easily said, please don't stand this so close. That was what a reasonable person would have said. But he was feeling offended. I know.
Surely a noise abatement order has to do with volume.
No, apparently it's got to do with whether it's offensive or not. But what's offensive to you may not be offensive to me.
Yes.
And what is, yeah, it is incredibly subjective. And I don't know how you could be offended by paying respect to our diggers who died for our freedom
Yeah.
and asking the
Yeah,
Governor
let's
General
go
to do
full
his job
bore at 11
and
o'clock through the whole
and
lot of
allow people who are hiding from court to face their charges in court.
Well, it's incredibly offensive to mention
Yeah.
the word pedophilia. Apparently.
Well, that's why I didn't mention it. I actually talked about
So that would be the only content that's offensive.
That's what it's for. It's for him to
Mentioning the
listen
word
to
is
it.
not the same as doing the act, which I find highly offensive.
The graduation is going full steam. And where is our Navy?
he's gone to get his car.
Oh, has he?
No. And they go back to the Governor General and report back to him their failure in stopping us. They can tell him that the only way he's going to stop us is to do his job. Well, I think he's got advisors that are advising him to ignore them. They're going to go away. And I think now it's coming back to bite him. He realises we're not going to go away.
Well, definition of insanity, repeating the same actions and expecting a different result.
So does that apply to us too?
Well, actually, we're getting...
It's an open-ended.
Yeah, but are we getting a different result?
We are.
Well, we
We're
wouldn't have
getting
we wouldn't have the police down there trying to threaten us with
We're
arrest
getting
if it wasn't
variable
getting anywhere.
variable responses.
I'm just saying what people
Yeah, I know.
trolls will say. Oh, you're doing the same.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, different result.
It's
Okay.
called pressure.
Well,
That's
this is
that's-
my
it-
memory for 12 months ago, so the 10th of February, a year ago. And I'd like to thank these lovely ladies for doing a wonderful job. So I dare say I'm in the kitchen. Can they see that?
Is that at Warri?
This is Epic
Epic.
Park. This is
That's
Epic,
at Epic
yeah?
in the kitchen.
Okay. Oh, I never went there. I was taught there, but I didn't know the kitchen.
And I found a photo of Karen in the kitchen.
West to say, Carol.
No, little Karen here.
Little Carol.
Yeah, she worked in the kitchen.
It was well over the noise barrier.
That's the kitchen.
That's the kitchen.
There the food in the background. Hey.
Oh, even horses. The cavalry. Cavalry has come, yeah.
Unfortunately, it's not ours. The cavalry is much more impressive than our navy, unfortunately. But our navy's braver.
Yeah, maybe has a much bigger heart.
Much braver.
What time is it? 54.
Hi Vicky, hi Hans, missing you. Love you heaps. See you soon, hopefully.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, we will check out the sound.
Even all the chemtrails, stickers, the white ones and all that, just the little ones, they've all faded. Like 3 days they faded.
They're going to take from the back end.
They're gonna fart.
The outside ones, but the ones they put in the toilets and all that are faded.
Okay, diggers, this is another live that I did on the 10th of February. The girls from the Common Law community shaking their bits. We have Dottie and Deborah from the Gold Coast. Oh, they muted some of my songs. Yeah, good.
Yeah, it's good.
Now we got Common Law crew.
The first time I've seen mounted in Canberra.
Yeah, we'll just turn you around. Can I zoom in on this?
Yeah, Zig don't like it, but yeah, you can.
Oh, don't you like it, Ziggs?
Just remember to zoom back out again.
Okay, I'm going to do a quick zoom in. Oh no, not yet, because they're gone behind the tree. And you'll be able to see the horses.
Well, you can zoom it anyway.
Last time I saw 3 horses,
Yeah, the dicks don't like being zoomed in, apparently.
One Australia Day.
Okay, they're coming.
Yes, they are
There
coming.
they go. Whoa. Where is it? Sorry, Diggs. Where are they? There they are. So they're all in their military. Yeah. It doesn't matter. Zoom in. Let's check it out. Yeah, that's it. Let's check it out. And there is everyone up in there.
Oh, that's a good pic.
People are walking off.
Yeah.
Did you see the?
Are they walking off? Yeah, he probably bullshitted to us. 'Cause where's-
10:58.
Oh look, Grant's gone. He's gone.
Did you see the guy
Okay, I'll zoom this back
behind the
out.
horses with a barrow picking up the ship?
We're assuming, see they got there, we're
Well, that's it.
assuming he's got to check and pick up any horse shit that's left behind. He's got one of those, looks like one of those little, garden barrows.
Oh, he
Yeah,
has to.
yeah.
Huh, sucko. I think they're going. Do you reckon?
We wait till 11 and we give it to them. But are we just going to do the song?
Yeah.
No,
No,
should
yeah,
do the whole
cane
lot.
on, full bore.
We won't do the last post again.
No, not the
just did that one today.
our
But we're
stand song
quite happy to do the ode and then the song afterwards.
Oh, I'll do the ode again.
No, not the ode. We're not doing the ode.
The proclamation.
that's for him to hear and he hasn't heard
Read
it.
this big thing out.
I didn't get to finish my coffee.
Read this out.
Yes.
Okay, got 1 minute. I won't do it.
Oh, go on. I'll hold you back.
We're not ready yet.
Brad. 10:59.
Thank God for livestock.
Make sure.
There's the microphone.
Give 'em-
You need to turn it on before you use it, but don't turn it on yet.
My phone doesn't show seconds.
We got to make sure that we're with the GPS 11 a.m.
So with the
And-
GPS,
because I know I put my clocks forward a couple of minutes.
same. Oh, boat's leaving, sorry. Boat's leaving. Well, maybe.
Where's his flag?
All right.
Let's go.
No, not
Not
yet.
yet.
No,
Not
not
yet.
We're not there
Okay,
yet.
all right. 11 now.
Should,
Now mine says 11.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go!
are they gone?
Your Excellency, the Dishonourable David Hurley, as the Governor General of this nation, this letter is a direct appeal from an ever-growing cohort of Australian people, both here and at home. We call on you to action the public reveal of the unredacted findings in the police report from the Wood Royal Commission, 1995 to 1997. The Wood Royal Commission, as catalogued with the Police Integrity Commission, resulted in a 90-year suppression order containing 28 names of alleged pedophiles of prominent stature, including judges, government officials, an ex-Prime Minister, and others, frighteningly enough. That our Australian government has made no attempt to undo the 90-year suppression order for the supposed safety and well-being of the population is unacceptable. Revisited again in 2015 in the Senate Legal and Constitutional Affairs Legislation Committee meeting, the then Senator Bill Heffernan delivered the same request for the findings to be released to the public. As the Senator stated, it's not so much the secret that's the problem, it's when a group of people such as the 28 and our judiciary and the Governor General on the police report keep each other's secrets. Further in his appeal, he quoted the Judge of the Day. We decided not to revisit that issue because the public would lose confidence in the judiciary. Well, that didn't work, did it? Governor General, how can you justify the 90-year suppression order of the police report from the Wood Royal Commission, given that the Australian taxpayers paid out roughly $64 million on the case? We don't have a problem with the money, but we never got anything for what we paid. We have a right to full disclosure of the investigations, given that we paid for it. 26 painful years later, we have stood each week since August 30th, 2021 at Government House in Queensland, and daily since the 7th of February 2022 here at Yarralumla. We are either real victims, family members of victims, or friends of victims of the appalling industry of child trafficking and pedophilia. We, the people, also require that the individual honoured with the position of Governor General to uphold the requirements of the Office of Governor General. Because we're not paying you 400 and something grand a year to sit over there and drink cups of tea, mate.
Do your job.
Do your job and inquire why the Governor General has not stepped in with the obvious police overreach in inhibiting the people peacefully protesting, as is the protected right of all Australians. It's up to the men and women of Australia to determine their level of confidence in the police, judiciary system and Parliament on this matter. And we have no confidence whatsoever in any of you lot on anything. Yours sincerely, concerned men and women of Australia.
David Hurley, you are the Governor General. You need to step up and do your job. We've asked you to release the names, the 28 names of high-profile police, judges, even a Prime Minister. The victims have a right, just like everyone else. Let them have peace, and let those that mess with the children have their time in court, and hopefully something in a tree.
I'll say that quietly.
anymore.
But do your job, David Hurley, or if not, step down.
Exactly. Yeah.
Dan, want something to say?
Are we happy with that?
Yeah,
Do we want our song now?
yeah,
Yeah. Just turn it off.
yeah.
Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Never got a job, never wore a mask. 2 years go past and we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. They raided the camps, found all the camps. You can say the camp, but we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. They broken the roads, broken the law, but can't break the spirit. Now we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. They smashed my car and locked me up, but I'm out on bail and I'm still here. They try so hard, we try not laugh. They turn my car, the next day's back in the same car park. These cops ain't smart, I'ma make a drop this charge. Son, you watch, we take it back to the start. No D's, no titles, no press cars. Now we charge you, tables to turn. We can't with the proof, we'll roll these souls, all the abuse. Nobody gonna come cut me loose, knock. Yeah, who at the door? Makadar, bring on the storm. Library to epic, thought we were gonna regroup and come back to the front lawn. Yeah, we're still here, still ain't got no fear. We will cry, still ain't shed no tear. The sense of we still here. Is that all you got? We take on you mob, we unite. You don't call the shots, sovereign's been here all along. And they're still here, yeah, they're still here. Return of the sovereign, but they never left. They're still here, yeah, they're still here. Yeah, they're still here, the oldest civilization. It's been how many years? They're still here. Need your support for the new way these war is fought. Alowari for the law and in June income war accords. Gotta cut out the cancer, yeah, that's what the plans are. Walk with the elders, they got the law, we got the numbers, that is the answer. Yeah, we're still here, yeah, we're still here. Never got the jab, never wore a mask. 2 years go past and we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. They raided the camps, done all the camps. You keep us at the camp, but we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. They broken the roads, broken the law, but can't break the spirit. Now we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. They smashed my car and locked me up with a man on bail, and I'm still here. They see us come, we see them run. Now we are one, free our daughters, free our sons. Yeah, they're getting scared. Front line, you can bet I'm there. Even when we're gone, our spirit lives on. Yeah, we ain't going anywhere. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Never got a job, never wore a mask. 2 years go past and we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. They're raided the camps, found all the camps. 2 kicks at the camp, but we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. They're breaking the roads, breaking the law, but can't break the spirit. Now we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. Yeah, we're still here. They smashed my car and locked me up with a man on bail, and I'm still here.
That'll go over the
Thank
best.
you guys.
That'll
Thanks
definitely
for being here with us
go over
today.
Huh?
That whistle will definitely go over the decibel reading.
Yeah, it's good. It's a shame I can't speak it, but you know.
Thank you for joining us, Diggs.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Love you all, diggers.
We will be back later. We're going to run off. I'm going to shut down now. I've got to run off. We're going to hand some paperwork into some police stations, but we will be back here same time tomorrow morning. Thank you. Love to
Every
you
day
all.
till he does his goddamn job.
I will switch it off. Give me
Alright,
2
love you
seconds.
all. I'm signing off.
I'll put this in my pocket again too, Mikhail. See you guys. Thank you.